And forget to start again? I did, occasionally. Oops. February. Of course, Qigong every Sunday morning. Oneness Blessing was last week. That's the second Sunday of every month. This week, of course, President's Day is tomorrow. Drum Circle on Tuesday, Daryl?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do at Drum Circle?
I drum.
Yeah? And other people drum too?
You betcha, and I always bring extra drums. Don't feel bashful.
Cool.
Please come.
And if you don't, like I said, if you don't have a drum, show up anyway.
Yeah.
In fact, if you don't have a drum, that'd be a real good reason to show up because you'll
And
get the
then
drum.
Joe always calls me to remind me to be here.
Oh. Interchange, William and Sandra. Intuitive Development on Thursday. And that's all that I know of this week. Anything else? Yeah.
Just real quick, 'cause I gotta get back to setting up.
Okay.
Okay. Probably out of breath because I've been setting up back there. Silent auction volunteers. We have been blessed with filling every single spot right now for all of our volunteer assistance that we were needing, except for the silent auction. I still need several people. I have 5 signed up so far. How many did we figure we needed altogether, Janice? Do you remember?
12, 18. What's on the list?
12.
I wrote it down.
Oh, okay. We need to fill this up.
18.
So anybody who would like to volunteer to help me out with the silent auction, it would be for 2.5-hour time slots to sit and man the booth, make sure that, guiding people if they have questions, also selling raffle tickets for whatever raffle item we get donated. So I'm going to go ahead and send that around. Yes, Chris. A quilt? Oh,
Oh,
wonderful.
Wow.
So, Chris donated a quilt last year, and people fought over it. And the woman who won it was
Was
ecstatic.
bloodshed?
It was a really, really beautiful quilt, and it had a history to it, which was wonderful. But that's the kind of things that we're looking for. Also, silent auction donations as well. We had quite a lot of really amazing things last year, and again, people were fighting over it, and that's what we wanted. We raised over $2,000 just with the raffle and the silent auction. So bring your donations in, see me about them, and we'll keep them in the back and start storing them there. So any other questions while I'm here? Did I forget anything, Janice? Okay, I gotta go back to work.
We have never been this organized and this complete this early in the year. I mean, this is amazing, absolutely amazing. Of course, some categories were filled at the show last year.
Well,
Amazing.
everything gets better things, right?
I know, well, I hope so. We've been doing, this is the 15th year for the show, so amazing. Old preacher was dying. He sent a message for his banker and his lawyer, both church members, to come to his home. When they arrived, they were ushered up to his bedroom. As they entered the room, the preacher held out his hand and motioned for them to sit on either side of him. The preacher grasped their hands, sighed contently, smiled, and stared at the ceiling. For a time, no one said anything. Both the banker and the lawyer were touched and flattered that the preacher would ask them to be with him during his final moments. They were puzzled, though the preacher had never given them any indication that he particularly liked either one of them. They both remembered his many long and uncomfortable sermons about greed, covetousness, avaricious behavior that made them squirm in their seats. Finally, the banker said, "Preacher, why did you ask us to come?" The old preacher mustered up his strength and then said weakly, "Jesus died between 2 thieves, thought I'd want to go the same way." Oops. Okay. That's no opinion about different jobs, although I can't think if we have any attorneys or... Oh my goodness. It worked the first time. Wow. What's that all about? Okay, let's sing a song. It's a John Denver song. I don't remember it. But it's John Denver, I do remember that. Well, it's been 10 minutes at least. It's this one.
Imagine a month of Sundays, each one a cloudy day. Imagine the moment the sun came shining through. Imagine that ray of sunshine with you. Remember your darkest hour, with dawn still far away. Remember the way that you longed for morning's light. Think of yourself as a candle in the light. Make believe this is the first day, everything all brand new. Make believe that the sun is your own lucky star, and then understand the kind of gift you are. The gift you are, like the very first breath of spring. The gift you are, all the joy that love can bring. The gift you are, all of our dreams come true. The gift you are, the gift of you. You are the promise of all the ages. You are the prodigal son. You are the vision of prophets and sages. You are the only one. Dream of a bright tomorrow. Know that the dream will come true. Carry the dream in a sparkling crystal jar. And then you will know the kind of gift you are. The gift you are, like the very first breath of spring. The gift you are, all the joy that love can bring. The gift you are, all of our dreams come true. The gift you are, the gift of you. The gift you are, like the very first breath of springtime. The gift you are, all the joy that love can bring. The gift you are, all of our dreams come true. Yes, they do. The gift you are, the gift of you. The gift you are, the gift of you.
I forgot something, yes. We have posted on the back bulletin board the sign up for their time slots for your volunteering for the Healers and Readers booth. And ticket takers. If you could please take a look, if you volunteered, please take a look at it. See where your name is at, what time. If it does not work for you, we need to know immediately. Do not change it yourself on the board. Come and see Janice or myself, and we'll make the changes for you. Okay? Also, there's a list of the vendors that we posted, so you can all kind of peruse that as well. Thank you.
The reason we're asking you not to change it yourself is it's like a giant jigsaw puzzle. We have volunteers doing this and volunteers doing that and volunteers doing something else and then lectures going on. So we have to make sure that you're not scheduled to be at 2 places at the same time. And so it's a little bit cheeky, but we got it. But just let us know. And the time slots are 2.5 hours. If you need a break between that, work with us and we'll help you get a assistant. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
I am really grateful to be here because this last week I was very under the weather. I couldn't say more than 2 words yesterday without coughing. So, hallelujah, that I can actually carry on a sentence without bursting into fits of coughing. Much I want to share with you today. However, I'd like to start today with something a little different. It's Valentine's Day was yesterday, so this is kind of like a love-in weekend. If you would like to share why you love the Divine Fellowship, would you be willing to step forward and just kind of say something? Because, yes, Miss Teresa, if you would please. Because I know the Divine Fellowship is a unique sanctuary, sacred home for us. Let's just hear from you guys. Say my voice.
Okay, I started coming to the Divine Fellowship about 5 years ago, give or take. And I love this place because I have found a home where I am accepted right where I'm at, right now, regardless of anything. I have been well loved by everybody I have met here, and you can just totally feel that as soon as you walk through the door.
How have you changed?
I have grown in who I am and in my spiritual walk so immensely. I was raised like many that come here in an old religious background, hellfire, brimstone, you're a sinner, that whole ugliness. And I always had an issue with that because to me, God was love. And if God was love, then how could he be mean? How could he send punishment? How could he... all of the whatevers, And here I found what my God that I have always believed in, even when I was little and didn't understand the rest of it. Here I found God is love. And it doesn't have to be God. That's the word I grew up with. Once you name it, you lose it. So, source, divine being, universe, whatever you want to call it, it's really all the same thing. And that's another thing that I have been very comfortable with assimilating into my life since I've been here. And so it makes it easier to just share that love with everybody else. And I don't have any problems getting up here with a microphone and talking to people now.
Who else? Mr. Dan. And you're next. Here's somebody who's not the same person.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Dan.
I think I'm done. No, to Janice's comment, we were talking a little earlier, and she characterized it quite well. She said something to the effect that whatever energetic signature and combination of things that I once possessed has shattered. This was a safe place to do that. And I was deconstructed completely, and over the time I've been here, William, Sandra, a lot of you who have known me a while have helped me reconstruct. And it's been within this safe, loving venue that I found my love. And we will go forward accordingly. But what's been very cool is I'm accepted when I didn't even know who I was. I was loved when I couldn't love myself. I was cared for when I didn't know how to care for myself. And I have a family and a home here that I've never had before. That's what this place is to me.
Ditto. I have been seeking a church family for so many years because, like Tracy, I grew up visiting every church you can possibly imagine, being forced to be part of the musical entertainment at each church, and listening to their disciplines and teaching that God is this mean being that's going to punish you for if you even think wrong. And the fact that God is love and this family is so accepting, I've always had a feeling that there was more. That I believed in reincarnation. I believed in psychic awareness. I believed in all these things. And people shunned me because of it. And to come here and be accepted and be loved for who I am, I cannot tell you how much that means to me. And I love each and every one of you, and thank you for being part of my life.
Susan. This warms my heart. A lot.
Well, it's a little different for me. I grew up in an evangelical Christian family. I grew up in a Methodist family who always believed that you didn't need to go to church in order to pray, and it was very different. Now, the thing you lack when you do that is it's always in solitude. So the place I used to pray growing up was, I lived in New York next to an old growth forest, and I would go out there by myself. When I moved here, I lost that. I didn't lose the connection, but I lost the place that I could go. And I went to churches for a while, but being a Methodist, and we kind of did what we wanted to do, I just could not listen. It just didn't feel like a family to me. This feels like a home. And I came here about 4 years ago. What it's allowed me to do is it's brought all kinds of opportunities to me that I've explored. And I've changed and opened up, and I'm not as fearful as I once was. And I actually believed that someone other than my family, my very small family, could actually care about me. And I did not believe that before. So thank you, Janice.
Thank you.
I know I could say ditto to just about everything that was said up here. I grew up going to the Church of the Month Club. then I thought I found a home for a while, and it was very strict, very structured, and I moved back to where I was planted. I moved back here to the Tri-Cities, and had 3 people in 1 month tell me, "You need to go check out this church." And I gathered up all the strength I could find and showed up 10-ish on a Sunday and belonged. Instantly felt the acceptance, the not having to hide my thoughts or my ideas about my spirituality, and then I got to meet everybody here and see their beautiful souls and feel the love and not be afraid of the love or afraid to show it. And I thank everybody here. Thank you.
It's also the only church on the planet that starts services with the Doobie Brothers.
Hi.
Brothers, by the way.
I've only been here not too long, maybe about 4 years, 3 years, and it's been off and on. And I really have to say that what brought me here was, it's just a different thought process. It seems like they're more open to how I think. It first started when I was in a coma. A lot of things were health-wise. I was 9 months pregnant. I had an appendix that ruptured, so then the baby died, and then I went into a coma. When I got out of the coma, I didn't want to come back. I did not want to come back to this earth. I didn't understand what was going on with me. I just said, why, God? Why are you taking me back there? But, there's a reason for everything. I was raised in a Pentecostal, then a really unusual, went to Mormonism, and so, I'm not saying that none of them, I think I don't criticize any of them. It's just, it's where you feel more comfortable. And, but I knew that there was something that I needed. My mother was, she was reading cards, and I didn't think at that time, before I went into the coma, that was right. And then, of course, my dad was Pentecostal, so so we were kind of drawn between the two. And I didn't understand yet, and right after I got out of the coma, things changed. I couldn't believe the things that changed. My thought process was really a lot more open. I go, God, I can't believe this is happening, and and if I were to share what I think now differently, people are going to judge me, and they're going to think I'm crazy, and they're going to ignore me. And I'm not going to be part of society, because that's the way I felt. I didn't think there's people here that were different than me. I thought everybody was going to judge me for the way I thought and how I, believed it. And so, things have changed in a real positive way. And I thank my daughter, first of all, because she introduced me to the church, and Janet, because I was able to go to the class, and I knew I had gifts, but I was afraid to share them. And so here I'm allowed to. I'm not going to be crucified and say you're not a human just like everybody else. We're different, and this is more accepting. I feel more comfortable here. And so, thank you, each one of you. I'm kind of shy, but I do want to say thank you for allowing me to be.
Thank you. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to cough. Was aiming for the coughing corner, forgot I had a microphone.
Wow, good morning, all you beautiful people. I had a very profound spiritual experience where I was literally guided to this church. I'd never been here before. I got in my car, I knew I was supposed to go somewhere, and I ended up here. I came in, it was the end of service. Janice was doing her, interpretations of the meditations, and I was like, oh my gosh, like she's a psychic. That's so cool. I'm me too. And my religious background, I started off Methodist, Baptist. I was Jehovah's Witness for years. And then I went into more science of the mind. But here, I feel like you go from living in your mind into dropping into your heart. Mm-hmm. That's the difference. Divine Fellowship is to me. And the safety to grow, to be yourself. This is the first place that I've ever been able to be. I was doing some real hardcore root chakra work, and it just slammed me onto the ground. Like, I'm depressed and just really hard, but I could come here and be safe. And the day that I had the courage to do that, in the meditation, I got love in a box. And I was sitting here crying. Normally I'm very interactive, but I couldn't even do that. And I just wanted to feel the love that God had for me. I wanted to feel it for myself. And then William, who had just lost his mother, came up to me, and he has these amazing hugs. So if you haven't had a William hug, you need to get one. And he just lost his mother, but he came and he was patting his toe, and he was like, I know you're gonna come hug me. I didn't want to even make too much eye contact with anyone. And I said, I'm gonna cry on you, and he said, that's okay. And he just looked in my face and reinforced what I saw in my meditation, which is, you are loved. I've had so many amazing experiences and gifts here. I was welcomed from the first day. Mary told me that she could feel the energy in the room shift when I walked in. And so when I see these different people, and I now have these experiences that are attached to Dan gave me a beautiful gift, there's just so much here. Thank you.
Good man.
I just want to say that I'm eternally grateful for each and every one of you. And I just love that this place is here and that I can come and just be myself, and it's okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You've been here a couple of times. Step on up.
Hi. This is kind of scary for me, but my mom can do it, I can do it. For me, I like coming here because you'll never feel ostracized here. Like, I've been to Mormon churches, Catholic churches, Christian churches. We're Jehovah's Witnesses for a while. This child is not that fun.
Amen.
The thing that I never felt from the other churches was like a safe environment. I never could feel like a home to me. It always felt like I was like nervous walking everywhere I went. I was like overly conscious about everything I was doing, if people were staring, if what were they saying or anything. And like growing up, I never like believed that God could be like mean. To me, that didn't make sense. Like, you could go, do certain things to go to heaven, and if you didn't do that, you would go to hell. None of that made sense to me. So for the longest time, I said I didn't claim a religion. And when people would ask me from like different churches, oh, what's your religion? I say, I don't claim a religion. They would all get this face like, okay. Well. And here, I just feel welcomed. So I'm glad my mom brought me. So it's nice.
Last call. Last call, and 5 hands come up. Okay. Keep it coming. We'll just keep going until we're done. Hey, it's our damn church. We'll do what we want.
I've been on a spiritual journey for a long time, in different places, different churches. I really wanted to know how it was to please God, so I went to a really structured church that told me very specifically what pleased God and what didn't, and that was okay. That was a step, and that was a step that kept me safe, that I was doing the right thing. And as I grew in that, including marrying a minister of that denomination, because I really wanted to please God. If you're married to a minister, you're going to get closer. But as I moved through all of those experiences, I was brought to each step, and each step gave me more freedom in my relationship with God. And when William and I came here on one of the first Sundays, we found in the yellow pages. We'd been in Unity for many years and came over here from Coeur d'Alene and knew that this was a good move to come over here with family, etc. And that there were people that were here waiting for us and that we needed, but we didn't know who they were. So we walked in the door and we came, and it happened to be one of those playful Sundays where we had, wasn't that the balloon Sunday? Where she had, I think so, where she had the sayings and the insights and the inspirations in little pieces of paper and balloons. And then we bounced them around until we got the signal, that was mine, and we got the message. And William and I looked at each other and went, yeah, this is it. I need to catch it. I needed to play. And the most important thing that's happened is that Janice, you have taught me how to trust me, my spirit within me, which I've never gotten before anywhere in my spiritual travels. And that trusting within me has made such a major difference in how I have moved through my spiritual journey. And I thank each one of you here. This is the most magical place. I've been in lots of churches with been in the organization and been the greeter for this and I looked at William after we'd been here a couple of Sundays and I said, they don't need me, isn't that great? They don't need to be fixed. Okay, they don't need my help. But we all help because it comes from the heart. It's not a matter of, that's what you should do. So that's been my experience. I'm grateful for every one of you here. Y'all have great hugs. You have great smiles. Your energy, I've never been in a group of people ever like this under any circumstance where you walk in and it's like, oh, I'm home. This is great. Well, it's better than home, actually. Memories at home, childhood coming in. But it's great. Thank you so much for being here.
We've never been as supported any place we've ever been as we have been here. When they say your answers are within you, there is no judgment about what those answers are. Maybe some of those answers don't look like roses, but it's okay. It's okay to be whatever they are. You're supported here in experiencing them and growing. Thank you.
Another newbie.
This is mine and my wife Sarah's. We're second time here. I was raised Christian church and has struggled with being told I was going to go to hell. I've overcome that myself personally, but it's amazing for me to see my wife come to a place and feel comfortable. And it's never happened for her before. I'm sorry I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, that's what spouses do. Right, Phil?
But we're newly married, and it's a struggle, but it feels good to find somewhere where we can be together and be ourselves. So thank you.
Yeah, you're doing really well. My goodness.
For me, I love the Divine Fellowship because no matter where I'm at, my wife and I live in Spokane. We've moved back and forth between here and Spokane, I can't tell you what, twice now? No matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing, the Divine Fellowship, Janice, Phil, everyone here, I felt the love, the support, the acceptance, the understanding, no matter where we're at in our life, no matter where we're at geographically, and it's more comfort than I've ever gotten from any other place I've been. And I've been Lutheran, Catholic, I mean, everybody knows that story. It's the one place where, even if it's just over the internet on YouTube, I can be comfortable, I can be me, and I can be accepted. And that means more, I think, to all of us than anyone else really understands.
Yay, May!
I'm going to faces direction, because if I see the faces, I won't be able to finish.
Face music.
You do whatever you want.
Now let me finish. Many years ago, I began coming to the fellowship, and no.
See, spouses are
Like I said, many years ago, I began coming to the fellowship after refusing to come. My daughter invited me, and I thought, well, they're just of the devil, so I'm not going. And but she kept coming, and she kept inviting. So one time I came, and I cleansed myself and did all those things to make sure nothing jumped on me. I'm from a very Pentecostal background. I did all those things that were necessary to protect myself. And to my amazement, I sat there and just felt love. And I thought, I think I'm home. This is really weird. I felt no judgment, no condemnation. All I felt was love. So this body is here to give out that love and acceptance. And when you get it, you really get it. And you get it in abundance. So about I started this year with a real bang. I was putting away Christmas decorations with the rest of the family, and all of a sudden I thought I had indigestion. And I thought, wow, this is getting worse. And my daughter kept watching me. She says, are you okay? And I says, I don't think so. I'm having a hard time breathing. And so she works in medical, and she looked at me, and I started getting kind of white. And all of a sudden it was like a burst of pain in my chest. I says, no, I am not all right. We need to go to the hospital. And so, make a long story short, I wind up that I was having a heart attack, and 5 bypass later, 90% blockage. Doctor said if I wasn't healthy, I wouldn't have been here. And immediately prayer requests went out to our prayer warriors. And I was laying there for 2 days before they operated. I was not afraid. I wasn't even, I was totally oblivious kind of to what was going on, because I knew that prayer was going out for me. I cannot thank you enough for prayer warriors. It's just amazing. I was brought up with it. I know it. I do healing work, but I have never experienced the love that I felt throughout this healing experience. And I just can't even imagine the energy I'm going to have now with no blockages.
Anybody want to follow that? One more.
I'm going to take a fun shot.
I've been with this church since the year I turned 18. 19, sorry. I was still in high school when I was 18. When I was 19, I discovered this place because I was with the Greenwood Players at the time. And you guys have been a big part of my adult life. And it's just been amazing. I grew up in a Baptist church, like most of you have been with other faiths, and it's hard growing up in a church where it's hate disguised with love. And it's just, they talk so much about how this faith is wrong, and this faith is wrong, this faith is wrong. This is the one place I've ever been to where it said, every single faith out there has a basis in truth. And that is what you need to understand and accept within yourself. And that's why this church exists. Because no matter what any of you guys believe, as long as it is your truth, that is what matters. And that right there just opened the floodgates in my heart, and it shaped a lot of who I am as an adult. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I mean, I have been through a marriage, a divorce, a marriage, and then a kid, and then we raised our son in this church. I mean, if it wasn't for that philosophy alone, I would have never married Matt, the guy with the kid. I would have never married him, because when we met and I found out he was Mormon, or even just coming out of Mormonism, my heart sank, and that old faith growing up still had a hold of me, saying, no, no, girl, no, he's Mormon. But then I remembered, I'm not a Christian anymore. I'm a member of the Divine Fellowship. What do I care if he's Mormon? I told myself to know better. And if it wasn't for that moment of clarity, I would have never known a better spouse in my life, the other half to my comedic act. And we'd never have the spaz that we have now, and we cannot imagine our life without him. And it's because of y'all doing it for us. And I thank you for being a huge part of the development of the woman I have become. And I thank you.
So the question is, who's the straight man in your comedic act? Oh, I see the little twinkles in his ears.
Hello. Really, I just wanted to look at everyone. You are. And you know, the funny thing is even when I don't feel pretty, I can show up and still have somebody with an open arm. Mostly I just wanted to say, your hair, where's your hair, Cindy?
Oh, I just put on my hair.
I really just want to thank everyone for giving me a place to flounder. A place to throw myself down on the floor and just say, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's okay. And I've struggled more since I've been here. You know, I've done a lot of work on myself for a lot of years. But having a place where I could come do that deep, core, cracking open, this is my soul emerging work, and hate everybody around me. And everybody go, oh, we know. But you know what? Whatever, get over it. And really, I just wanted to say thank you for giving me a place to start growing up at 46 years old. I'm finally starting to grow up a little bit. And I don't have to be a grown-up.
No.
I'm
proof of that.
Sure. Because I like to play. Yes. And I'm glad that I get to remember that I can come here and remember to play, because outside in the other parts of my life, it's sometimes hard to remember that you can play. And, you know, for what it's worth and wherever I'm at, you know, I've met people in my life that have made a huge difference to me. And like I said, have looked at me when my shell was cracked wide open and just sat next to me and just knew they didn't have to do anything other than just be. And really, I just want to say thank you. Thank you.
been here, what, 3-4 weeks, something like that?
Something like that. Try not to have a panic attack. Yeah. My heart was just going really fast, and I was just thinking about coming up here and talking. Lately, I've been going through a lot, trying to find answers to questions that I've been asking, and lately, first I went to college to try to find answers, and then in college I turned to drugs to try to find answers, and a month ago today I overdosed, and I found some answers in that, actually. But at a time when I needed help, I went to the hospital, and there they judged me. And so I felt I couldn't find my answers at school, and so and I knew that, and so I left, and I'm trying to find out who I am. I realized that before I could be a good student, I first had to be at least a functioning person. And I don't know why I haven't been here very long, but here's a place where I feel like the answers are here. And a hospital was a place that judged me, but this isn't. The place that I was told was supposed to help me. Just they gave me Gatorade, and that's it. And
we'll give you Kool-Aid.
It's much cooler, Abe.
There you go.
I just want to say thank you to everybody, because I don't know why I feel like the answers are here, but I know they are. And being here is helping me to get the courage to seek out everybody here for the answer. So, thank you very much.
We're not done. Leave it to Dan, we're not done.
This is Danny. Name sound familiar?
Yeah.
This is a child of the Creator and a person of worth simply because he is.
Amen to that.
Okay, where's the Kleenex?
It's called my shoulder. There's nothing you have to do. There's nothing you have to change. Just who you are is enough. You've already shown the courage that you think you don't yet have. You're here. And you will find the courage in all of us. You will find the support in all of us. You will find the help in all of us. You've done the most important thing. You've gotten here. You've shown up. How do you say it, Janice? Show up, suit up, show up, and do the deal.
Do the deal.
You're here.
Yeah.
Okay? You're here.
When Phil and I started the Divine Fellowship, we're just going to let them hug it out. When Phil and I started the Divine Fellowship, you'll see on the sign out front of the building, it says for joy, enlightenment, and spiritual sanctuary. And you have joy, we laugh. Enlightenment is finding our truth, being the seeker, which you're all about, and spiritual sanctuary, you're saying.
We see you.
Yeah. We see you. Amen. Awesome. So you can go sit down and not be on the spot. Before you fall down. Don't sit down.
Don't sit down.
Don't sit down.
Phil? Phil? See, I get up on the stage.
I almost need a new one now.
Well, keep it getting. Okay, so we talk about this building. We talk about how wonderful and how much love is in this building when you walk through the door. It's not the building, guys. No. It's these two people who are standing up here right now. They are the sole reason why this building, this place exists. And I could go on and on and on and tell you my reasons why I'm here. I searched just like everybody else and went to every single denomination at one point or another, but it was because I like to sing. So I went to church to sing. I did my praying at home. But then I found this home. And it changed me, and it's changing me still, but for the better. But the one person that has changed the most is my husband.
Who's that?
You would not have recognized him 2 years ago, or even a year ago. And this is the reason why. Because of Janice and Phil. These are the reasons why we're here. They are the light that shine out into our community and the world and bring us here. So, we can sit here and we can sing the praises of this building and this home. But these are the ones who are responsible for this building and this home and for the love and everything that we are receiving. And I just wanted to acknowledge that.
I think it was somebody else.
I think you did it because you didn't want to talk to me.
A couple minutes in that, and then that would save my voice a bit. I have to share. Can I share your story, Lori? Sure. Okay. Lori came to church like this. For about a month, she sat here. I have to wait and hear what they tell me, what they think I should believe, to see if it fits, if I can stay or not. Then after a month, like, they're not going to tell me what to believe. I guess I just get to get over it. So she's been here ever since. And we're going to have a potluck here in a bit. And all of the paper plates and the napkins and the spoons and forks and things like that, those don't just magically appear. Lori goes and gets them. So we have 15 minutes left. Shall we do a guided meditation just for the heck of it? Let's do it.
Then we still got communion and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so we'll make it quick. Okay, let me shift gears just a tad. Where do we want to go today? I guess it's just going to be spontaneous. So where do we want to go in our guided meditation? In our hearts. In our hearts. On the beach? On another planet. The mountains? Another planet? Okay, how about if I just give you a generic structure and you go wherever you want? Does that work for you? All right, so let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Lights, please, Mr. Pope. One more deep breath in and exhale. And on that exhale, allow yourself to find the core of your being. It's midway between your breastbone and your spine. Breastbone to protect your heart, your integrity, your sense of self, and the spine to give you courage to be who you really are. And from that core of your being, let's take a little journey. Allow yourself to find your way to a pathway. And this pathway may be a pathway in space, or a pathway on another planet, or a pathway in the mountains, or a pathway at the beach, whatever feels right for you. Allow yourself to just be there in your imagination. And knowing that what happens in your imagination has great significance for you in your physical world. Whereas we believe so it is. So imagine walking in this space, walking in this pathway. Imagine that you are at your optimum health. Imagine that you are at your optimum level of peace. Imagine that you're in your optimum level of joy. All your needs are taken care of. Your heart is full. Your life is clear. And as you're walking this pathway, notice whether there's any flowers blooming there. And if there's flowers blooming there, what color are they? If you're at the beach, maybe it's just some little tiny flower growing along the way. If you're on another planet, maybe it's something unusual and different. Maybe it's a wildflower or a rose. Whatever you experience is what is right for you. And allow your pathway to take you to a waterfall. And as you sit beside this waterfall, the sense of feeling safe, appreciated, loved, and cared for surrounds you, and you feel more alive than you've ever felt before. Fully connected to who you are, fully connected to divine source, whatever that might be for you. And as you're sitting next to this waterfall, you realize that there might be a question or concern in your heart. And as you're mindful of that, something slips over the top of the waterfall, goes through the waterfall, and comes to the side of this pool at the base of the waterfall and comes to you. Perhaps it's just a word or a thought or a feeling. Or perhaps it's a symbolic object. This is a spiritual gift for you, and you can receive it with gratitude. Gratitude is the beautiful coin of the realm that allows you access to even more joy and love and light than is currently possible in your life. So the more joy you have, the more you receive. So receive this gift with gratitude, even if you don't understand its spiritual significance at this moment. And know that this is something that will assist you in whatever's in your heart right now. And from this experience of gratitude, from this place of love and appreciation, knowing that you have a right to be here and that you're okay just the way you are, you have a sense of this deep gratitude. And from that sense of deep gratitude, allow yourself to give a gift. And by giving a gift, you could throw a coin into the pool. You could send an energy pulse out of a feeling or emotion, of a word, or you could allow yourself to gift a gift and just place it on the pool or in the pool. And know that the universe will receive that and amplify the gift that you give. And what will be given back to you will be love, multiplied. And with this feeling of gratitude and appreciation and connectedness and love, allow yourself to find your way back through your path, back to the here and now, being in this time and space, fully aware of your physical form and knowing that your sense of purpose is renewed and that you are alive, awake, and well. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and welcome back. And Mr. Phil. Communion is a physical manifestation of that energetic communion you've already been sharing. We have unleavened bread if you like the tradition of that, rice cakes if you're gluten intolerant, animal crackers if you're following or eating American Catholic, whatever works for you works for us. Would you join us in prayer, please? Loving Spirit of light, thank you for allowing us to find this beloved church home. Thank you for allowing us to fill this beloved church home with love and joyfulness, and help us to continue to grow personally, spiritually, and with my fellowship to grow as well. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. As that continues around, would you join us in prayer, please? Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in love. Help us to walk in love. Help us to be love. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. Amen.
Since we have lots of volunteers today, I'll just do this. Most of you know what this is. You recognize it. We're not going to guilt you into doing anything. We're not going to tell you it's your responsibility or your duty. That will never happen. Ever. Ever. But we appreciate all you do because we can't have this without it. Amen. And gratitudes. These are gratitudes. We have a box in the back that people just put gratitudes in, and we read them. I am so grateful for Angie and her heart for service. She does so much behind the scenes. Thank you, Angie. We love you. Thank you to Divine Fellowship for all the love and support. You helped me stay strong during accident and recovery. For light, love, and wisdom from higher powers. For Valentine's Day. Grateful for the sunny days ahead. Amen to that.
So as he's queuing up that song, we're going to prepare to have a potluck. If you didn't bring anything, please stay and join us for that. As a quick reminder, it's a church potluck, not an all-you-can-eat buffet. So be sure to, remember there's people behind you. You can always go back for a second. Okay. What else do I need to share with you? Intuitive Development this Thursday night. It's a $10 class. if you want a safe place to tap in and learn to utilize your intuition that you all have, please join us. It's really fun group. Is it not a fun group? It's fun group.
How about the movie?
The movie is right after our potluck, and the movie is The Power of the Heart. It's a very moving movie. Moving. So if you have the time to stay and join us for the movie, please do. We have seating in the back for the potluck. If we run out of seating, just bring the food in here after. We're okay. So just be safe, be comfortable, be good. Don't lose it. Are you ready, Mr. Phil? I think I'm blathering.
Yep, Spirit in the Sky.
Yes, there's going to be a pre-presentation. We'll cue that up here in a little bit. It's about how your physical structure, how you sit, how you stand, how you move, can change how you, the success and abundance in your life. It's a very interesting piece based on research.
It's very cool, actually.
Very cool, very cool. So, what was it, Phil? Spirit in the Sky? Okay, let's circle them up.
I'm sure there's much more.